welcome gamers to a new series focusing on the warbands of Warhammer Underworlds. And since we just recently unboxed Not Vault, figured we'd go ahead and go through the do a video on the Thorns of the Briar Queen Warband. So go ahead and get started with that. First off, we have the Briar Queen. Jump into the meat of it. The Thorns of the Briar Queen Warband, they inspire, as you can see, by being adjacent to an enemy fighter at the beginning of their activation. And they all treat lethal hexes as normal hexes and can move through blocked and occupied hexes, but must end their move in an empty hex. So there you have it. And as far as the Briar Queen goes, she has a magic user. She gets 2 dice on that. And she's your warband leader. And that's going to be the symbol for the Thorns of the Briar Queen. It's going to be her card. That's the front. This is the... I can't deal with one hand. This is the inspired. So she gets just a little bit better. And if we can talk about the mages a little bit. That 2 means she's going to get 2 dice whenever she uses any of the gambit spells. And she's going to get 2 dice, and she's going to need to roll whatever the gambit spell tells her. She's going to need to roll whichever symbol. And when we get to one of those spells, I'll show you that and get into a little more detail. Here we have Varclave the Cruel. He's going to have all the same abilities, the same inspire, but he's also going to have, as an action, push all friendly chain rasp up to 2 hexes. What's this one? Here's his inspire. And here's the Everhanged. He is counted as a chain rasp. And he's going to have all the same abilities. Except he's going to have a better blade than the other chain rasps. And then we have these 3, and then you're going to have 4 chain rasps for a total of 7 miniatures in this warband. And there are going to be some variations. One's going to have an axe, one's going to have a club, one have a blade. I think 2 have axes. So here we get to the their objective cards. And as you can probably tell, a lot of these are going to be probably focused around being near people or pushing. Or moving through things, as this one is. Score this immediately. 2 or more friendly fighters move through a hex occupied by an enemy fighter in this phase. That's going to get you 1 glory. I won't sit here and read all of these. Just going to show them to you. probably gonna be a hard one unless you're playing against the Skeleton Warband, or I don't know. The Briar Queen and Varklev are pretty beefy. And this does seem to be the opposite of the Skeleton Warband in that this one's more offensive than being a defensive warband. As we can see here, this one score immediately. 3 or more friendly fighters are adjacent to the same enemy fighter. And you're going to be scoring a glory with that and inspiring your guys. Seems like a pretty easy one to score in the late game. Again, another one glory that doesn't seem too hard to score. Now we'll move into the equipment cards. The Curse of Unbinding, which is it's going to be a reaction card. It's just for the Briar Queen. It's going to be a card that is going to allow you to basically try to stop another caster from casting a spell. Very useful. Another Briar Queen only. There's several of the Briar Queen only equip cards. Seems like useful movement shenanigans. This one is for Varklev. And let's see. It's going to be a big 3 damage attack. I think that would be an auto include. Let him clean up damaged models. Also for Varklev. Yeah, that's definitely... Varklev looks like a cleanup hitter. You get the extra damage, and with this on him, you're going to get an extra glory point. This, for the Everhanged, is just going to be another attack equip. This is one for Chain Rasp. And another one for the Chain Rasp. It's going to be a reaction. It's going to be one that looks like it makes your Chain Rasp a little more durable. And then one for anybody driven by hatred. And an equip card, Creeping Terror. Looks like it's gonna be for when you move your hex, or not hex, right? When you move your chain rasp or any of your other models through somebody, whoever this is equipped on, when they move through somebody, you can roll a dice. You get a hammer or a critical, and they suffer 1 damage. It's pretty nice. We move on to the ploy cards. Now the ploy cards and the spell cards have been lumped into what are now called gambit cards. And as before in Shadespire, ploy cards could only be up to half of your deck. So now gambit cards can only be up to half of your deck. As we see, Maddening Cackle can uninspire somebody permanently. That is very nice. We have Grasping Chains. Just helps to get extra support. Some help with movement. Will help to get through Stormcast armor. Gives you another attack if you fail. Let's put somebody on guard. Let you move basically all the chain rasp. And here we are at the Briar Queen, or the Thorns of the Briar Queen Warband only spells. We have the Rending Scream, which is a gambit spell, 2 lightning bolts. So that means you're going to roll, the Briar Queen is a level 2, so she can get 2 dice. And she needs to roll 2 lightning bolts on that. If this spell is cast, each enemy fighter adjacent to the caster suffers 1 damage. So it's pretty nice, but it's going to be pretty hard to pull off, it seems like. Just depends on how many lightning bolts are on that, or how many of the 3 lightning bolt things are on that dice. And last is the Howling Vortex. Gambit spell. You only need the 1 little vortex symbol to cast it. So more likely to cast this on 2 dice. Push all enemy fighters up to 1 hex. This is going to be really good to push people off objectives and things of that nature. So I see a lot of good utility in this card. So there you have it for the Thorns of the Briar Queen cards. As I said before, I see these kind of in the same line as the Skeleton Warband. Can't think of the name of them right now. But it actually being way more offensive and having a lot more things in here for to help them move. And a little extra added as we've seen with Varclave, he's going to be a really tough guy with that damaging equip, and then every time he takes out someone, he's going to get an extra glory. So he's going to be something to watch out for. All in all, really like these, and I can't wait to get to play them. As always, thank you for watching. Leave us a like, subscribe, really whatever you want to. Just, as always, keep on gaming.